So, last weekend I brought a fat bike. I know what some of you guys are thinking. Let me try to explain why. It's a Calibre Dune from Go Outdoors, and you can pick them up for about 580 quid. Why, you may ask? Well, for a few reasons it actually seemed like a practical and fun solution for what we needed. We wanted an extra bike that was comfortable and cruisy for my girlfriend to ride on when we went out on family treks. Not to mention I like the idea of adding a completely different type of bike to my stable. I already have a decent cyclocross bike and a pretty good but aging full suspension trails bike. Also, as we do frequent the beaches a lot down here in Cornwall, it can open up huge areas that other types of bikes just can't handle. Lastly, because the frame shape is fairly normal, we can attach a child seat to the back, and the big cushioning tyres will mean our 2-year-old has a fairly smooth ride. So what's it like? Well, actually a lot better than you might expect for such a low cost. It's all alloy frame, so it's pretty light considering. Just over 13 kilograms, which is about the same as my full suspension Giant Trance 2, but obviously quite a lot heavier than my Cannondale cyclocross bike. The extra mass on the wheels means that accelerating is a bit slower, but once you get up to speed, it just keeps on going and it rolls over anything. The mechanical cheap brakes they've put on here certainly are not one-fingered downhill confidence-inspired stoppers, but they do work okay. You just have to pull a bit harder to stop in a hurry. The drivetrain is all basic, mainly Shimano Altus, but it works okay. 2 on the front, 8 on the back, with a good spread so that getting up hills over loose ground is fine and you can get up a fair bit of speed for downhills too. We've had it snag a couple of times on us, but I think it just needs a bit more oil and a bit of braking in. The front and back has through bolts on the wheels, which adds a bit of strength. We've changed the seat to a gel seat, which is a bit more comfortable for my other half, but the basic one it came with seemed fine to me. With the tyres and wheels, they seem to have struck a pretty good balance between weight and performance. They're fairly efficient and not too heavy. As to the paint job, well, that's up to you whether you hate or love the Dayglow yellow. It's certainly not subtle, but at least you are very visible to traffic. So if safety is a concern, then that's pretty good. And the actual finish of the spray job isn't too bad. Downsides. Well, if you do use it on the beaches like we do, then you probably want to invest in a good chain cleaner. The sand will make mincemeat of your gears in no time. And if you do live near brambly, thorny bushes, then be prepared to fix a lot of punctures. I got one on my very first test ride. It picks up thorns like a hoover with such a large footprint. Fixing these large tubes is easy enough, but if you have a small compact pump, then you're going to be pumping for ages to get enough air back in these to get home. So maybe buy one of those larger pumps just for that. Talking of air, it is fun to play around with the different tyre pressures and see what it's like over different types of terrain. Something like 5 to 8 psi seems pretty good for soft sand and really loose stuff. Presumably that will work on snow too. But in general, gravelly trails, something like between 15 and 25 psi makes it a bit more efficient, so a little bit easier on the legs. But of course a slightly firmer ride, so your bum gets a bit of a workout if it's rocky ground. So there you go, that's our new fat bike. And it really is a fairly large amount of fun for a fairly small amount of bucks. Once I've gotten a bit more used to this bike, I'm going to really test it out. I think I'll throw it down some steep sand dunes, so maybe over a couple of jumps on my local trails. So if you want to see that, then be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and be sure to pop any comments you have about the bike down in the comments below.